Molecular structure and acid strength. The structure of an acid has a great effect on the strength of an acid. In general, the weaker the bond holding the hydrogen atom, the stronger the acid. We will look at four aspects of this issue. 1. Binary acids, that is, acids with the formula HX. 2. Oxyacids, the central atom. 3. Oxyacids, the number of oxygen atoms. And 4. Resonance. Factors affecting acid strength, binary acids. Shown is a portion of the periodic table showing the binary compounds with hydrogen and their relative acid strength. Going across the period from left to right, the molecules become more acidic. This is because the electronegativity of the central atom increases going from left to right. As the electronegativity increases, the polarity of the bond increases, and the strength of the bond decreases. So, the acidity increases going from left to right across a period. Going down a group, the binary acids get stronger. This is because the central atom gets larger as we go down the group. As the atom gets larger, the electrons get more spread out, and the bond gets weaker. So the acid strength increases coming down a group. To summarize, the strength of binary acids increases going from left to right across a period and from top to bottom down a group. Factors affecting acid strength. Oxyacids, the central atom. An oxyacid has a central atom bonded to oxygen atoms. The hydrogen atom or atoms that make it an acid are attached to an oxygen atom. The more electronegative the central atom is, the more the electrons are pulled away from the OH bond, and the weaker the bond becomes. Here is a table which shows the electronegativity of the central atom and the values of Ka for HOCl, HOBr, and HOI. You can see that the higher the electronegativity, the stronger the acid. Factors affecting acid strength, oxyacids, the number of oxygen atoms. For a series of oxyacids with the same central atom, like the series HClO, HClO2, HClO3, and HClO4 shown here, the more oxygen atoms that are attached to the central atom, the stronger the acid becomes. This is because the more oxygen atoms are attached to the central atom, the more the electrons are pulled away from the OH bond, and the weaker the OH bond becomes. So the stronger the acid is. Factors affecting acid strength, resonance. The carboxylic acids, and many others, like HNO3 for example, have resonance forms that become available only when the proton is donated. If there are resonance forms that occur with the loss of hydrogen, then it provides additional stability and makes the proton easier to remove, so the acid is stronger. Lewis acid-base theory.
Ammonia is a base in the Bronsted sense because it acts as a proton acceptor. For example, it accepts a proton from a water molecule to form the ammonium ion and hydroxide ion. In the Lewis acid-base theory, the emphasis is on the electron pair. Ammonia is a base because it acts as an electron pair donor toward the proton. The proton is an acid because it acts as an electron pair acceptor. Lewis acid-base theory is more general than Bronsted theory because it applies to systems that do not involve protons. For example, ammonia acts as an electron pair donor toward boron trifluoride, a molecule that has a vacant 2p orbital. Ammonia also acts as a Lewis base toward metal ions, as in this example of the cobalt-3 hexamine complex. The ammonia electron pairs are donated into vacant metal orbitals. Carbon dioxide acts as a Lewis acid toward water. One of the unshared electron pairs on oxygen is donated to the carbon atom, as one of the CO double bond electron pairs is moved onto the oxygen of carbon dioxide. A proton from the water molecule moves to the oxygen of the carbon dioxide molecule, completing the formation of carbonic acid.
As we saw in the video clip, a Lewis acid is an electron pair acceptor. This definition turns the Bronsted view on its head and focuses on the pair of electrons that is making the bond. H+, the only particle that attaches to the unshared pair in the Bronsted theory, is only one possible Lewis acid. Other examples are 1. Atoms that have empty valence orbitals, like BF3, a classic example of a Lewis acid. 2. Metal atoms, particularly those with high charges, like Fe3+, Tb4+, or CO3+. And 3. Molecules that can rearrange their bonding to accept an oxide ion and make a polyatomic ion, like CO2, which becomes CO3 2-, or SO3, which becomes SO4 2-. Lewis theory is not usually used to talk about classic acids and bases. It is usually reserved for the types of reactions where one molecule has an unshared pair that is used to make the bond between the two particles. A Lewis base is an electron pair donor, which means that any substance with an unshared pair of electrons, that is, any Bronsted-Lowry base, is a Lewis base. Whether we call it a Bronsted-Lowry base or a Lewis base depends on whether the pair of electrons is donated to a proton or to something else.